Let's be honest. Who hasn't found themselves typing "how to lose belly fat fast" into a search bar, just hoping for some kind of magic answer? Well, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're going to cut through all that noise and find out what a single week can actually do to kickstart your journey. So let's get right into it. This is the big one. This is the question that promises that quick fix, right? That dream of getting a flatter stomach in just 7 days, maybe for a vacation or a special event. It's a really tempting idea, and today we're going to dive into what's truly possible by looking at the real science of how your body works. Okay, so before we go any further, we have to get this out of the way. It's just the truth. You can't erase months or even years of belly fat in a single week. It's just not going to happen. But, and this is a big but, what you can do in that time is ignite a really powerful change in your body's own fat-burning engine. So let's get real. What can you actually expect from 1 week of being super focused? It's not about some magic potion. It's about creating an environment inside your body that encourages it to burn fat for fuel instead of just storing it. Let's break down what's actually achievable. In just 7 days, you can absolutely begin to shift your metabolism into fat-burning mode. That's huge! You can also dramatically cut down on the uncomfortable bloating that so often makes your stomach feel bigger than it really is. And maybe most importantly, you can lay the foundation for long-term, lasting results. So think of this week not as a quick fix, but as a launchpad for real sustainable change. You know, to really solve a problem, you have to understand what's causing it in the first place. And it's not as simple as calories in, calories out. There are actually 2 key biological reasons why belly fat can be so ridiculously stubborn. I want you to think of your body like a hybrid car with 2 fuel tanks. The first one, the default one, runs on sugar, or glucose, from the carbohydrates you eat. It's easy, it's quick energy. But the second tank, the one we want to tap into, runs on your own stored body fat. The entire key to losing belly fat is learning how to flip the switch and start running on that second tank. Now, the other big roadblock here is something called insulin resistance. So imagine insulin is the key that unlocks your cells to let sugar in for energy. Well, with insulin resistance, the locks on your cells get kinda rusty. The key doesn't work so well, so the sugar can't get in. What does your body do? It panics and stores that extra sugar as fat, and its favorite place to put it is right around your belly. Okay, so we've got these 2 big problems, right? The default sugar-burning mode and those rusty cellular locks. So how do we tackle both of these things at the same time? Well, the answer lies in making a really powerful metabolic shift. The goal, the holy grail here, is to get your body into a state called ketosis. This is where your body literally becomes a fat-burning machine. It stops running on sugar and starts using its own fat stores for fuel. And the best part? It's really good at targeting that dangerous visceral fat, the stuff that's wrapped around your internal organs. And the great news is you can actually help this process along with some really simple drinks. Things like black coffee and green tea have compounds that help your body burn more fat. Bone broth is amazing for giving you electrolytes like sodium and potassium, which are so important when you're cutting carbs. And MCT oil, that's kind of a secret weapon. It's a special type of fat that your body can convert into energy into ketones super fast, helping you get into that fat-burning state much quicker. But here's the catch, right? There's always a catch. Getting into this amazing fat-burning state usually takes several days of being very strict with your diet, like super low carb. And that can be really tough for a lot of people to stick with. And that's exactly where a smart, strategic beverage plan can make all the difference. All right, enough theory. Let's turn all this knowledge into an actual, concrete plan you can follow. Here is a 7-day drink protocol designed to kickstart your journey to becoming a fat-burning machine. But first, before we get to any of the special drinks, let's talk about the most important one of all, water. I know it sounds almost too simple, but check this out. Studies show that just drinking about 2 glasses of water can temporarily boost your metabolism by up to 30%. So staying hydrated is the non-negotiable foundation of all of this. So here's what a typical day could look like. It's actually pretty simple. You start the morning with some warm lemon water to just gently wake up your digestive system. A little later, you have your coffee, but you add a teaspoon of MCT oil to it to boost your energy and your ketone levels. In the afternoon, a soothing herbal tea like ginger or peppermint can really help with any bloating. Then, around dinner, some warm bone broth is fantastic for your gut. And finally, right before bed, a little splash of apple cider vinegar and water can help keep your blood sugar stable over. Now, this is so important to remember. These drinks are powerful tools, but they're not magic. To really get the best results, you've got to combine them with a healthy lifestyle. Getting enough sleep is absolutely crucial because when you're sleep deprived, your body produces more cortisol, a stress hormone that tells your body to store belly fat. Managing stress, taking a walk after meals, and paying attention to when you eat, all these things will just supercharge your progress. So, you've got the plan. But, having a plan is only half the battle. Let's talk about the mindset you need to actually see this through and how to avoid the common traps that cause most people to give up. This is probably the most important point of all. Your weight loss journey is not going to be a smooth, straight line down. It's going to look more like a stock market chart with ups and downs. Some days you'll see progress, other days you might stall or even go up a tiny bit because of water or hormones. That is completely 100% normal. Your body is not a calculator. So this is the mental switch you have to make. Instead of obsessing over that number on the scale every single morning, shift your focus to your actions. Did you stick to the plan today? Yes? That's a win. Celebrate that consistency. And start paying attention to other signs of progress, like having more energy, your clothes fitting a little looser, or just feeling less bloated. Those are all huge wins. So, we have covered it all: the science, the strategy, and the mindset. You literally have a clear roadmap right in front of you to kickstart this whole journey. The knowledge is here, and it works. So the only question left is, what are you going to do with it? What's the one step you can take today to start your transformation?